Hello and welcome to Tech Trends with me, Olayemi Odunuga. On this week's show, the Machine Learning Group of the Department of Computer Sciences in UNILAG and the NICTA IT Hub hold the third International Conference of Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. And then there's my interview with Dr. Henrietta Onwegbuze, an Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and the Director of Business Innovation Accelerator at the Lagos Business School, Pan-Atlantic University. But as always, this is a program that takes you on a ride in 25 minutes to seek out innovation and creativity that are unique to Africa.
Like all technologies before it, artificial intelligence will reflect the values of its creators. So inclusivity matters, from who designs it to who sits on the company board and which ethical perspectives are included.
In order to foster the exchange of ideas and pave the way for future research and development in artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies for the sustainable growth of MSMEs, the Machine Learning Group of the Department of Computer Sciences in UNILAG and the NICTA IT Hub have organized the third International Conference of AI and Robotics. The conference was anchored on the theme Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain for Sustainable Development of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises.
The third International Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, organized by the Machine Learning Group of the Department of Computer Sciences UNILAG, in collaboration with the NICTA IT Hub, delves into the realm of innovation, exploration, and collaboration in the dynamic fields of AI and blockchain.
Without the system, create an image that contains an astronaut.
The overarching theme of the conference is Artificial Intelligence and Blockchain for Sustainable Development of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises, a theme that underscores the commitment to advance cutting-edge technologies for the betterment of businesses.
In a world marked by rapid technological advancement, the intersection of AI and blockchain presents unprecedented opportunities for the empowerment and development of MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. This conference serves as a platform for collaborative dialogue, knowledge exchange, and the exploration of groundbreaking ideas that will undoubtedly shape the future of our economic landscape.
The AI is very important when it comes to the area of productivity increase. When you want to take a smart decision these days, AI is very important. When you are solving complex problems, AI is very important. In order to strengthen our economy, you cannot do without AI in this present day. When you want to manage repetitive jobs, you need AI.
In a world where technology evolves at an unprecedented pace, fostering the exchange of ideas becomes paramount. This conference therefore serves as a nexus bringing together the academia, industry experts, and government to pave the way for future research and development initiatives.
Together with our partner NICTA, we work to promote innovation and friendly conditions for the digital economy by supporting participatory policy implementation processes for the Nigerian Startup Act and the National Digital Literacy Framework, and to provide capacity building for policy actors. We have established a platform for exchange with the ecosystem stakeholders through a series of free policy dialogues, and we've also just finished the upgrade of the NICTA rulemaking portal. And here we're establishing 5 digital innovation hubs that will serve 9 states in Nigeria, and we also plan to support an additional 10 hubs.
In the vast landscape of technology, we find ourselves at the dawn of a new era. An era sculpted by the remarkable force of artificial intelligence and blockchain. These technologies aren't mere buzzwords. They are architects of a new reality, reshaping industries, driving efficiency, and unlocking innovations once deemed impossible. As we gathered here today, the possibilities are boundless, and the impact, both globally and in developing economies like ours in Nigeria, is nothing short of extraordinary.
Part of the objectives here include creating a platform for knowledge sharing, exploring potential collaborations, and catalyzing future research endeavors. By focusing on the sustainable growth of MSMEs, they aim to bridge the gap between technological advancements and real-world applications.
There's always the question of how long will they stay put, and are they going to stay here forever? Is it just a hype? And it is true, it's a hype. It's a big hype. Yeah? Tomorrow you'll wake up and find that, oh, ChatGPT is not that good. Okay? But you see, what this hype has done is that it has been able to now bring the business people, the executive, the government officials, to be able to play with something, right? Right now, students can look for assignments online. Government people can, quickly prototype something. And they now understand how powerful AI is. And with that, for us practitioners, we are happy because initially, software developers and AI professionals spend time to just convince executives that, hey, we need this particular technology to be able to help us move forward. Now we don't have to spend so much time because they already understand from ChatGPT that, hey, there is technology, generative AI, that's going to help us.
Blockchain's digital record covers insight into the framework behind artificial intelligence and the provenance of the data it is actually using, addressing the challenge of explainable artificial intelligence. This helps improve trust in data integrity and, by extension, in the recommendations that artificial intelligence provides. Therefore, using blockchain to store and distribute artificial intelligence models, profiles, and audit traits, and pairing blockchain and AI can enhance data security.
A key highlight of the conference is a panel session designed to stimulate a lively exchange of ideas among experts in the field as they discuss the practical implications, challenges, and opportunities of implementing AI and blockchain for the sustainable development of MSMEs.
University of Lagos students are creative. That's something we find all the time. You can find ways around anything, and you can find ways to make things work. The country is difficult, but we have two choices: to lie down and say, oh, they're doing me, or to use it as an opportunity to improve things. The greatest inventions have been done when things are hard. Nigeria is going through a hard time, and this is the time for us all to stand up and be counted. So machine learning will help, AI will help, but for us to get it right and for it to work for us, we must have the data that comes from us for that.
The third International Conference on AI and Robotics appears to be a stepping stone towards a future where technology empowers businesses and sustains growth for all. A robot that uses powerful magnets to perform less invasive and more efficient surgeries has completed its first international procedure, which is a gallbladder removal at a public hospital in Chile. This is according to the company that developed the technology. Levita Magnetics, the California-based startup that created the robot, says the mass surgical platform at the Luis Disney Hospital in Santiago allows surgeons to attach a small magnet to organs like the liver and use robotic arms with high-powered magnets on the patient's belly to manipulate organs out of the way.
Our magnetic technology puts a surgical clamp inside the cavity and uses an external magnet that allows us to reduce the number of cuts to the patient. This is a great clinical benefit. It reduces the incision, the pain, and reduces the time in rehab and scars. The other part of the system is that it gives the surgeon control over the camera, which allows for a better visualization that is more stable. In surgery, seeing is critical. This is our goal with technology, that the surgeon can perform surgeries on more patients per day. Our goal is to double the number of surgeries a single team can perform.
The platform was cleared by the US Food and Drug Administration in September and conducted its first commercial surgery at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio in October. Researchers from ETH Zurich have 3D printed the robotic hand with synthetic bones, ligaments, and tendons using an innovative laser scanning technique. The new printing technology developed by MIT spin-off Inkbit enables efficient 3D printing of soft, elastic, and rigid materials all at once, allowing for the creation of delicate structures like the robotic hand. The researchers have published their findings and sample applications in the journal Nature.
We can give it tendons, we can give it ligaments, we can give it a capsule, we can reassemble the bones, and all of this happens with one print process that allows us to get the accuracy that we want for these robotic hands.
The team used slow-curing plastics that can bend and go back to their original shape, which is important for making flexible parts like ligaments in the robotic hand. The growing field of soft robotics is developing robots that are safer to work with people and better at handling delicate things.
What this printing technology enabled us is to have the soft parts be really springy, so have a low viscosity. So when I touch it, it actually springs back immediately, and this allows us to have a more natural robotic arm compared to the one that we were able to manufacture before. While this hand is not yet able to be put on a human and used properly, it is a first step, and it really enables, or this printing process really enables us to have quicker iterations and a quicker process from an idea to a finished prototype that you can work with and understand what you have to still improve. So I don't see this hand on a human yet, but it helps us with the production process.
Traditional 3D printers work layer by layer, depositing materials at each point and using a UV lamp to cure each layer immediately. However, this process can only handle certain types of plastic that harden quickly. Professor Robert, leading the robotics group at ETH Zurich, says their next steps will be to explore further possibilities and refine the technology for more sophisticated structures and applications.
Yeah, one of the things I'm particularly keen on is that we will start to go more into the tissue engineering with this technology. We really want to see how we can combine living cells with the constructs that we can print. And that's just because with the constructs with this printing technology, we can now make structures that have very fine features and sort of provide the housing, or you might say the scaffolding for cells to grow in. So this will be something to try out, and I'm curious what we can achieve with that. Maybe we can build whole new types of tissues and use them either for robotics, but also use them for medical purposes.
The new printing technology developed by Inkbit works with slower curing plastics. These types of plastics are more elastic, durable, and strong. And here's how it works. Instead of just stacking layers on top of each other, they add a laser scanner to the 3D printer. This scanner checks each layer for any bumps or uneven parts. Rather than fixing them, the printer adjusts the amount of material it uses for the next layer, making sure everything fits together.
Nigeria's startup ecosystem is adapting to the imperatives of digital transformation, with startups playing a pivotal role in propelling technological innovation across various sectors. Accelerators contribute significantly to this growth by tailoring programs to address the diverse needs of startups, fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, while government policies and collaborative initiatives further shape the environment, thereby positioning Nigeria for success in the digital era. My guest this week is Dr. Henrietta Onweguze, an Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and the Director of Business Innovation Accelerator at Lagos Business School, Pan Atlantic University. I start by asking her how Nigeria's startup ecosystem is adapting to the demands of digital transformation.
So I think that there is an organic response to by young people and tech startups to the digital transformation, because really it's you either adapt or die, because you cannot be on the internet today and expect to survive as a business or even as a normal brick and mortar business. At some point, tech meets you up, whether it's to do your invoicing better, to market better, to get more customers. Okay, even though parallel to this is the traditional system that is still thriving, the Balogun market women. Okay, but even those will gain, and even those are affected because many of the techpreneurs who are on Instagram get their supplies from them. So they're actually selling more through those people. So in a sense, it's a brilliant, the brilliance of the Nigerian population actually is shown in the tech ecosystem because of the way Nigerian startups have come up with so many solutions, from people like Health Tracker, who are trying to get healthcare to people's doorsteps in a more affordable way, to, shuttlers, to Piggyverse. I mean, there are just so many amazing solutions that young people are coming up with and are making money from making a difference. And for me, that's the most important part, that they're not just doing tech for tech, but they're actually linking tech to solution. They're actually linking problems to tech and using tech as solutions. I mean, look at the way InterSwitch has grown because they're very solution driven.
And in what ways are accelerators contributing to the growth and scalability of Nigerian startups?
I think they're making a huge contribution in the sense that the most important thing about business is not funding, and that unfortunately is what everybody focuses on. It's really about training. If I give you all the money contained in this world and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to waste it. And so most techies don't understand business or management. And so if there's nobody teaching them that, in fact, that's one of the things that the LBS BOI accelerator is set up to achieve, okay, to help existing businesses, okay, understand what entrepreneurship orientation is, which is a mindset of problem solving and continuous improvement, okay, and also management. Because once you start a business, it's not enough to have the skill to execute. It gets to a point where you alone cannot do everything because of the scale of your business, because of the scale of the demand. And so you need people to help you. You need to begin to increase the resources at your disposal. So as soon as that begins to happen, if you don't know how to manage people and manage resources, you can't be a successful business, no matter how good, how skilled an entrepreneur you are.
Now, we are currently in the era of digital transformation. What specific challenges and opportunities do startups in the country face, and how are they navigating these dynamics?
One of the things I always say is that every problem represents a profitable business opportunity, a potentially profitable business opportunity, because a problem means people are looking for a solution. And so whoever crafts a solution to that problem is going to enjoy their patronage even without advertising. Okay? It's good to advertise because it helps you stand out of the crowd, in the sense that once you start doing something that works, people are going to join the crowd. Oh, you can't, I mean, the minute Nokia was very successful in the telephone space, we saw Samsung, who used to just do that used to just produce parts for OEMs, jump into the phone, now they jumped into laptops, okay? The other brands came up, forgotten all the other Motorola, all those, the old names are now down and new names are up, the iPhones, etc. So the minute you begin to do something, other people will jump in, and so advertising and brand building becomes necessary. So in terms of opportunities, they are huge because Nigeria has a lot of problems. And so if every problem is a potential profitable opportunity, if we think about the problem we can solve, then we have an opportunity because people are willing to pay. I always say that there's a difference between an idea, a business idea, and a business opportunity. An idea is the way you think of solving problems. That business idea can only become a business opportunity when people are willing to pay for it. So if you're solving my problem, nobody's going to need to convince me to, buy a pair of glasses, buy a wristwatch, okay, buy earrings, okay, or put petrol in my car, or buy a car, or buy a, I don't know, motorcycle, or whatever I need to move around, or call an Uber. The people are paying for what they need. And eventually, when they can afford it, they pay for what they want, because the difference between wants and needs. So problems means people have a need, which means you can capture people. Okay? I mean, in the sense that if your solution is appropriate, people will pay. And of course, you can then begin to solve the problem in different ways for different levels of people, for the high-end spenders, for the middle class, and for the masses. So your pricing will determine which segment you are targeting. So the opportunities are huge. Now, the challenges, yes, they exist. But my belief is that problems are there to be solved. Anybody who thinks that there's any part of the world where there are no problems is because they are very naive or not widely traveled. Okay? If you go to the US or the UK, business owners are complaining about different problems, but they are also complaining. So it's in our best interest to creatively find a way to solve our problems. And many times, problems are more easily solved when we form an association, okay, come up with, papers, or come with an executive group that can quickly, proactively go and lobby whichever government officials is in charge of your industry. Remember, ministers or ministries are not experts in your field. Don't wait for them to make policies that are not favorable to you. Proactively go and tell them, this is what we do, this is how we're helping the economy, this is what you can do to help us. So that they can make informed decisions. Not wait until they make an uninformed decision that's unfavorable to you, and then we all start complaining. Complaining doesn't solve the problem. As they say, it's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
Dr. Onwuegbeze, given your role in the Impact Investing Initiative, what are your thoughts on the alignment between impact-driven startups and the goals of Nigeria's digital transformation agenda?
So the goals are similar in the sense that the digital transformation agenda is to make sure that Nigeria is not left behind as the world moves into the fourth industrial revolution with AI. Okay? Why is it important not to be left out? Because at the end of the day, we can't access benefits. People can't also reach us, become insular. Okay? What is impact investing about? Impact investing is about investing in businesses with the aim of not just making profits, but making an impact, having a positive transformation on society. Now, maybe that may be too many things being said, but for me, the simple way I like to put it is that impact drives profits. Okay? Why it was Bill Gates, people who have heard me speak know I always use this example because it's a global example. How did Bill Gates become the richest man in the world for 18 consecutive years? And he still remains in the clique of richest people in the world? Because everybody needed what he was producing. When he came up with the Microsoft personal computer, it wasn't because he wanted to become the richest man in the world. He was just passionate about solving a problem. Taking people from the typewriter to the computer, because in those days, the computers then were called mainframes, and they were so big, not even small companies could own one, chocolates of individuals. So it's like me now taking a private jet, from being a very expensive item to being something you can park in every compound of every house and becomes affordable, which is what Henry Ford did with cars. Okay, so the point is, anybody who can solve a problem that affects a lot of people in a significant way is already the next Bill Gates. It's as simple as that.
Regarding Nigeria's launch of a portal for startup registration and also the 3MTT, how do you believe this initiative will impact the accessibility of startups, accelerators, and investors in the country?
What gives me even more joy is the person behind it, Mr. Bosun Tijani, who is very well known to be an excellent professional, and an expert in his field. So for me, the chances of it actually doing what it's set out to achieve is very, very high. I mean, the chances are very high because of the person behind it. Typically, very good ideas tend to fail, before they even start, because people who are behind it are not experts in the field. They don't have a track record of competence in the field. But in this case, the three things align. The person in charge is an expert. He has a track record of competence, and the initiative couldn't be better. So it's a very welcome initiative, and I hope and pray that it's nothing happens, because again, there are all kinds of things that happen. Change is the only thing that's constant, and that's for sure. I just hope that he's given the support, the peace of mind to actually execute. But otherwise, I think it's an excellent initiative.
Thank you so much for joining us on Tech Trends.
Thank you, Lani. Thank you for having me.
And here's where we draw the curtain of the program this week. Thank you for watching. As always, Tech Trends is here to share insights, trends, and developments happening in the tech space. If you missed any part of the program, you can always catch up on the Channels TV YouTube accounts where we have all of our episodes. And I encourage you to watch, share, and like your favorite editions. For Tech Trends, I'm Olayemi Odunuga. I'll see you next time.